Hey guys, how you doing? Coach for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. Yeah, pretty good day in Detroit today. How's everybody doing with the energy? Kind of heavy, kind of crazy, right? Lunar eclipse did a lot of clearing. It definitely did. So we'll see who pops on here. If you're watching this video, if you're watching this program, I should say, live, say hello, hello, hello. I will say hello once we start, after we end the program. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the videos. Please leave a comment, even if it's just hi Bill, because YouTube will use those algorithms to put Coaching for the Soul around the planet to people who need a little bit more Coaching for the Soul. Hello, Pitt. Hello, Pat. Hello, Robin. What's going on? What's going on? A lot to talk about today. I'm going to talk about this beautiful painting that was done for me and who did it and what it means. And hi, Nancy. And we're going to talk about the lunar eclipse we just had, and Mercury Retrograde is coming up on the 1st, and that freaking solar eclipse on the 8th. It's going to be powerful as heck. So hang on, guys. It's going to be a good one. So, yeah, hope everybody's okay. Hey, Kathy. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot to talk about since we weren't here last week. Much better state of mind, right? That lunar eclipse kind of cleared everything out. So, but lots to talk about. This year's going to be gangbusters, everybody. So we hold on to your seats. It's going to be something we're never going to live through again. It's all good stuff. So, hi, Haley. What's going on? I'm good. Yeah. Just put Daisy in the bedroom. She just chewed the carpet up on the steps going to the front door. So, yeah, she's a little pistol. So, yep. So, she's 8 months old and unruly. Yep. So, see how long that lasts, right? Dad is a little authoritative, as you would probably tell. So, yeah. Yep. So, doggy training is coming soon. Coming soon. So, yeah. We're going to talk about the painting, and we're going to and who did it and what it meant for me, and because it's a painting reading, just kind of cool, and I'll explain that. Yeah, so it's going to be awesome. We're going to talk about some aliens today. Some cool stuff is happening, and yeah, from hey Pratik, yeah, I got some information today from a friend who met a friend, and he was talking about all this cool stuff, and she was like, oh my God, I've heard this before from Bill. So yeah, pretty cool. Dimensional stuff and aliens and stuff like that. So it's gonna be pretty awesome. Then there's one more thing we're gonna talk about, but I don't remember what it was. I'm sure they'll remind me if we have time. Okay, so we'll wait another couple minutes and see who else pops on. Yeah. So hope everybody's doing good. I hope you're feeling the relief of the lunar eclipse. Okay, if you're not, it's okay, right? That means you got a lot of stuff yet to get out, to get through. Okay, don't do whatever you can to take care of yourself. All right, eat what you want to eat. Drink lots of water. If you want to sleep, sleep. Right? If you don't want to do anything, don't do anything. Yeah, Haley. Headaches are part of the ascension. Yep, because your brain doesn't know what the heck's going on. Yeah. So, and also your chemistry's changing. Your chemistry's definitely changing. So, headaches can be part of it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. See, Pratik had headaches. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. So, it's all part of the ascension process because your body's going through a transformation, as well as your brain, as well as your spirituality. So it definitely is part of it. You'll have it maybe once or twice. It won't be something that's reoccurring. It will be, and I know you guys have to go through this so you can teach other people to go through this. That's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. So we all have to experience it just to make sure that don't think we're going crazy, because we're not. Because the doctors won't be able to find anything. So it's like, yeah. Okay, so I think we're going to start. Okay, so I'm going to start with the painting. So Brenda's sister, Brenda, who I go to for quantum healing, they work together at the Unigo Doors, and she's a clairvoyant, right? And she had talked to me a couple times in the last month or so that she kept getting this thing that she needed to do a reading for me. And I was like, oh, cool, okay, yeah, that's fine, sure, let's do it, right? And then she explained to me that it was a painting reading, right? And so she did this painting for me because they would not leave her alone. They were kept bugging her, you got to do Bill's painting, you got to do Bill's painting, you got to do Bill's painting. So thank you, Spirit, I guess, right? A lot of stuff has happened in the past month and a half or so where people are reaching out to me and helping me through my transformation, through my ascension. And I'm so thankful, so grateful that Spirit is asking these people to help me, to give me more insight on what the heck is going on inside of myself. So this is the painting, okay? You can see the picture in there, or the light in there, okay? So this side is my past. This side is my future, okay? And my heart is correct. The phoenix, okay, rebirth. The lava from the volcanoes, okay? These are all my colors. It's really nice because they're all glittery, okay? And these are the words from Spirit that I've used that I've used in my past. Over here is Hawaii, the Lemurians, okay? The beautiful flowers, the mountains, okay? Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So I'll explain a little bit about it, okay? So Brennan and I had a conversation, and well, she sent me a voicemail, and then I responded back to her, okay? That I'm the phoenix coming out of my broken heart, all right? Because of this lifetime and others, right? So makes me more powerful, for sure. The Spirit's messages, the language in the blue here, okay, is what I've always done since I was a child, all right, and how the lava is dripping out of my heart, and my heart is purple, which is a beautiful color, and just how everything has been reborn in me, that I have to learn how to love myself, that I thought I was there, but I'm not there. And just other things that that I need to take care of now to be able to rise in the future, okay? So on the positive side, I didn't think the positive side, my before, right? Who I was before, who I'm on the process to becoming, okay? She said that I'm definitely Lemurian, which makes me feel really good. And I just got confirmation of that again today on a Pam Gregory video. Interesting. See, they're coming from everywhere, right? And again, being on Hawaii is definitely where I'm drawn to. She said I don't really have to go to Hawaii if I don't want to. I can go someplace else and do the same type of work. And I'm like, no, they told me I need to go there. So that's what the plan is still, okay? The poppies and the flowers all have to do with who I'm becoming inside, okay? And I tell you, I listen to Wendy about every 2 days. The first 2 days I did it, I couldn't get to sleep till 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, my vibration was so high and so intense that there was absolutely nothing that was going to bring me down. I tried everything to bring me down. And I finally crashed about 4 o'clock in the morning both nights. I did it again yesterday in the afternoon, which was wonderful. But when I did it and I listened to her, vibration was higher than ever, okay? It's nothing that I didn't really know what she did for a living, but she's amazing. She is amazing. This is stuff that I've never heard from anybody else, okay? That's how connected she was with my guides. So guys, if you want to try that, our sister's Brenda, right? She does the quantum healing, indigodoors.com, all right, in St. Clair Shores. And absolutely, I don't know, it's mind-blowing because, and she did this, and she gave this to me. I saw Brenda last Tuesday in my bad week, right? And I looked at this one. It's beautiful. I mean, it's just beautiful. And then I listened to her voicemail, right? It was kind of like an email thing, and I think it was on Messenger. But it all made sense. It all made sense, and it connected to right there in my heart. And it was pretty phenomenal. I mean, I was in a really bad spot last week until that lunar eclipse. And when I woke up the next day on that Friday, I was like, what the hell happened with this? My life is totally different, right? Very, very, very important solar eclipse chimes, okay? So if you're into something like that, or you are going to be like that in the future, check her out, all right? Again, this is information that I hadn't gotten from anyone else. That's how connected she is to spirit, okay? And she's a Virgo, so of course she's going to be connected, right? But she's absolutely amazing. Her and Brenda do retreats in St. Clair Shores. They also do them they're going to Sedona. They're going to Hawaii. I think we're doing Hawaii in June. But Sedona, I think they've done once or twice. They're all about the retreats now. And I'm telling you what, if you don't know who Brenda is and who Wendy is, check them out on theindigodoors.com. Because, man, oh man, oh man. What a team, huh? Sister is a freaking quantum healer, and Wendy is not even intuitive. She's connected so deeply to her guides and to whoever she's speaking with, right? For you, let's say. And she tells you things that, and she told me a few things that I got kind of pissed off about. And I'm like, really? Am I really? Yeah, Bill. Yeah, right? That it's hard. It's hard to change into the person that they want you to be when you've been this way for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, right? But signed up for it, and I'm cool with that, okay? I'm very, 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 very cool with that. So, and that just reminds me, I think I talked about this before, where on my brother's birthday on January the 11th, my dad came through with my brother telling me cool stuff, right? That everything's gonna be okay and things like that. Hey, Caitlin. Don't worry about anything. Everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna be good. Da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, fine, awesome, cool. And told me that the dog and I are gonna love living amongst the palm trees. That I've been lonely for a really long time, and that we're gonna enjoy ourselves. And I believe that's true, especially with this. Okay, so. Yeah, so if you're into that kind of stuff, check them out. Gosh, I'd like to have them as my sisters because I would never have to worry about anything. They could just tell me, right? So, okay, so the painting's cool. I'm gonna get it framed, and I'm gonna have it forever, and I'll put it on my wall, wherever, here or in Hawaii. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. So, also about Hawaii, I've been getting not premonitions, but during meditations, guided meditations, I've been getting. I just saw this again. My mom's in the kitchen of the house in Kihei. My dad is on the lanai kind of thing, like the patio kind of thing, and my aunt and uncle are there, and some really good friends are there. It was my dad's best friend, and his wife has passed. They were like our aunt and uncle. He has not yet passed. But I've been in contact with him since she passed away, and the things that has happened since, in probably the last 2 months, have been phenomenal for him. He's a very, very good Christian Methodist, right? They live in a Methodist town just west of Jackson, and yeah. In fact, my dad, he texted me Tuesday morning and said, Bill, your dad was here this morning. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. He was all tanned up and was young and had really good energy. My dad always tanned anyway because he was olive skinned. But his hair was dark, and it was like God, 50 years ago when I met him and things like that, right? Maybe 60 years. And he goes, and he gave me a hug and told me it was going to be okay. And he goes, was that really him? I'm like, yes, that was him. He goes, your dad came to tell me that everything's going to be okay. That everything's fine up here. We're good. and they'll take care of my mom, and him will take care of his wife, Sue. And that's the first thing that the day that she passed away, I knew she was gone because she said, Bill, take care of Mel. Okay. Then he called. He sent me a text. No, he called. Bill, want to let you know, Sue just passed away, blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, I'm really sorry, the whole kind of thing like that. He goes, so are your mom and dad waiting for her up there? Because I think they should be. That's how good of friends they are, right? I mean, just those type of friends. No judgment, no anything. It was just these people were like family. He helped my dad dig out our basement and our addition with a shovel, everybody. My dad helped him dig out their pool with a shovel, right? Two guys shoveling dirt, right? That's who these guys were. And so most, of course, Mel's lonely and things like that, but he's becoming more and more comfortable with knowing that she's okay. You've got text every day, okay? Because he's been with her for 90 years, 70 years. And yeah, she died at 88. He's still alive at 91. And yeah, she's been sick for a while. But you know how that is. When you lose a best friend, or you lose a mom, or you lose a dad that you've known your entire lifetime, it's hard. And the older that we get, the harder it is to be alone, okay? So I love the fact that, I'm going to cry, I'm going to try not to cry, that my dad, heck of a father, went to see his best friend. That is beautiful. It's amazing. It's amazing. Just amazing. And to think, guys, that we're all going to be allowing the same thing to happen. When you start talking to your family, when you start talking to your guides, and you hear them, and you have conversations back and forth on your own space, right? In your own space. And then they visit the person you are talking about. That is absolutely beautiful. So I want everybody to understand, right? Even though you're talking out loud to whatever, to spirit, to your mom, your dad, grandma, grandpa, brother, sister, doesn't matter, right? They hear everything that you say. Never doubt that. Never, ever, ever doubt that. And as soon as they can muster up the energy, okay, they're going to visit. Now, somebody who's passed away 2 months ago, they're missed. They're just energy, right? They're just energy. It's hard for them to put together their let's say their black dots, that Spirit always calls them, right? It's hard for them to put their black dots together to show me who they are, but I know their voices. My mom, my dad, easy. When Sue passed, I couldn't see her, but she said, take care of Mel, as she rolled up my back. Okay, cool. Then contact with him. So I want everybody to understand that as we go forward, okay, it's going to be more and more and more intense. This solar eclipse on the 8th is the largest, most powerful solar eclipse in our lifetime. Be ready for beautiful, wonderful things to happen. Spirit has talked about 2024 for a really long time, right? For a couple of years, how it's going to be a different year. Well, the first 3 months have been kind of right? Because you got that damn lunar eclipse, and you got the Mercury Retrograde. Now, the solar eclipse is going to be absolutely dynamic. Be ready for your energy to skyrocket, okay? Be ready for premonitions. Be ready for conversations with your guides. Be ready for everything that you never, ever thought would happen will be activated, or soon after that. It's about a 10-day window after, where the energy is intense. Then it goes for 6 months, but the energy is still around and dissipates as we get further away from the date of the solar eclipse. All right. So this year's transformation is transformational. Now, I will say that some people during the lunar eclipse got a lot of clearing. I did big time, right? Others that didn't, okay, they got some, or they don't recognize it yet. Okay. Allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to get out of ego. Allow yourself to understand you may not be seeing it all yet. Okay? I mean, it depends on your vibration and how critical you look at yourself, Spirit says. It's true. It's true. Now, during transformational times, like now, You can be quiet. You can be sorrowful. You can just be laying on the couch. You do whatever you want to do to make you happy. You're going to want a cocoon. You are, right? Because your body's going, WTF. I don't get it. Your brain gets it. Your third eye gets it. Okay, we got to do this thing because it's transformational, kind of like a caterpillar. It's got to shed itself and be in that chrysalis for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, right? And then the butterfly comes out, or the moth comes out. That's you. That's us, okay? They know a lot more as a butterfly and a moth than they do as a caterpillar. As a caterpillar, they just don't want to get eaten. As a butterfly, the same thing, if they're small. But the swallowtails and the monarchs and the viceroys and all those beautiful, beautiful, beautiful butterflies and the Luna moths and things like that, they're pretty large, okay? They're there as a symbol, Spirit says, of our spirituality, which is very, very, very true, okay? So what do caterpillars do when they chrysalis? They're out of the picture for 6, 7, 8 months, or 8 weeks, like us, okay? We're going into a place with that our human bodies have never gone before. We're going back to the place we were 12,000 years ago or more, okay? It's transformation. We're here to transform so we can help those people that are going to need help with what you're going through now, okay? And that has to do with the painting, right? They need me to allow, because I don't allow a lot, right? That's who I am. Protection, no protection. You don't get to go down deep inside, right? Like I talked about that 1 week of telling people kind of like who I am, because I'm 2 people right now. I'm trying to blend them together. It'll happen because I'll allow it, because they won't let me not allow it, right? Because we got stuff to do. We got stuff to get done, right? And my whole focus has been on Maui for the past 6 years. And that's because of what they told me was going to happen, right? I'm going to write books, or I'm going to channel books for the Lemurians. Now, about that. Pam Greger today, on her solar eclipse video, about the last 20 minutes, I believe, there's all kinds of talk about Lemuria again, okay? And she was talking about it, and my whole insides were fluttering, right? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, right? Because that's where I'm from. They have found ancient text with the, the monks, Tibet, that shows Lemuria on the map, on their maps, okay? And that struck me like, wow. How cool is that, right? And that Hawaii is is on top of Lemuria, of course, but it's the tops of the mountains that, how they were peaceful people. And they were, again, right? And it goes into 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th dimension and higher, because it's about love, peace, joy, happiness. And that's where we're going, right? But that blew my mind. Trust me. They work some freaking crazy stuff, right? And when you're behind a little bit because your presence is more intense than it should be, but I'm always going to be intense. That's the way it is. I doubt if they're going to be able to calm that down a little, but not going to be able to change who I am. I truly believe that, because I'm a leader and I'm a seer, and when I see it, it comes out of my mouth automatically, which is kind of cool. But understanding that they have a timetable. I tell you guys this all the time. There's a timetable to your succession. You getting up to where you're supposed to be, and they need us to be there in 4 and 5 and 6D. Because of all the muggles, all the half-bloods that are going to be like, okay, what's going on with my brain? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Because they've got to get you to where you got to be if you aren't allowing them to move you. And then complain about it. That'd be me. So They put a lot of things in your space as they're moving you. Like somebody had said to me, I think it was my dad, had said it's gonna be really, really fast. The move's gonna be really, really fast. Don't be surprised. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be good. And they're putting things in front of me that are really, really fast. And I know, because I'm on the precipice, Spirit says, of a great ascension, as all of you are, he says. All of you are. You just can't see it yet. But ask Bill, he says. Ask Bill. It's freaking crazy. This is just since Friday. Like boom, 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 boom. This painting happened the week before. I got it last week on Tuesday. Okay? There's all kinds of things. I'm doing Saturday readings for $85 for 30 minutes. This is the last Sunday I'm doing those, right? I think. Well, they'll tell me if I'm doing more. But 2 weeks ago, I met this guy who lives in Leonard, Michigan, and he's this guy. I mean, we talked for 2.5 hours. We'll talk for half an hour. Because he looked at me and said, who the hell are you? I'm like, who are you? Because the night before, he says, how many questions can I ask in 30 minutes? I said, that's up to you. What do you want to talk about? I'll book a reading for tomorrow. I said, okay, cool. Only reading I had on Saturday was him at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We talked till 4:30. But this guy has got all this information, all this stuff that is great. Oh my God, he makes pyramids. He makes all kinds of different cool stuff. And he's so deeply connected. He told me stuff that I was like, holy man, where did you come from? And he said, who are you? Because my body's all tingly. My body is asking me, what's going on with this? And we talked and we talked. And I was up in 6D the whole time. He was probably that high too. He never talked to anybody like me before. And guys, I'm telling you, that will be you. That will be you. I guarantee it. Okay? When you're not even doing readings, you're talking to somebody in a crowd, right? Or however the scenario is for you, you're going to be like, Bill, you're not going to believe who I met today. Blah, 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 blah. It's going to happen over and over and over again. And the person that you talk to is going to say, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe who I met today. Blah, blah, blah. Because it goes both ways, right? Everybody is looking, expecting, I'm okay, till they meet somebody. And again, it's in your channel, right? I talked to him. He was actually in my house the following Monday, Tuesday. He came down from London to bring me a pyramid that he infused with, I don't remember right now, but he also brought me a tower, right? And they sat here for 2 hours talking. He played with the dog, which was cool. He kind of wore her out, even better. And she didn't leave me alone for 2 hours. But we can expect those things, right? You can. When you are getting close, they're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't know how many channels you have to go through like that. Because they need you to be there. None of us are going to get there on our timeline. I'll tell you that straight out. Okay? Because it was so good. It was so cool. As Pam Gregory spoke about, we live in linear time and they don't. They have no idea why we are these people, these humans that have an agenda, that have that think they have to go quicker there than what they need you to be there. True. That's a lot with Lemuria also. Time stands still. Hawaii. That's what's such a chill place, right? That's why days go by fast. Simply because we're on top of Lemuria and there's no timeline in our future. 4, 5, and 6D and higher, right? So all of us feel it. We're moving at quantum leap energy times 1,000, let's say. The days are flying. It's the end of March already. Where did it go? The days go by so fast for all of us. And that's what it is. They're getting us conditioned for that speedy entrance into 4, 5, and 6 dimension. And when we get there, we're free. We're still alive. That's what's so awesome, right? And she also spoke about that the Lemurians were not in human form. They were earth beings, but again, this is back in ancient civilization, right? Thousands of years ago. And that just fascinates me because that's what they showed me, that they're not like you and I, right? They were put on the earth as a loving chill on a whole continent that was about love. And as 3D came in, right, the energy shifted. Lemuria, as like Atlantis, sunk into the ocean to be reborn again, truly. But that clicked in me like that. Atlantis will be back too. But the cool thing is that the Tibetans had a map with Lemuria on it. Okay? So everything is going really, really fast. And allow yourself compassion. Allow yourself to love. Allow yourself to do all the things that you need to do because spring's here, right? And it's going to go really fast. And summer's going to go really fast. And fall's going to be really fast. And this winter was really fast. Okay? Take the time for yourself. Take the time to, again, smell the flowers, talk to the trees, whatever makes you weird. Because we're all weird. We are not the norm. We're not. Y'all know that, so that's okay. So, aliens. Now you all know that I have a friend who had someone in their life who was an alien, and today I was one of my friends had a date and with a guy, and yeah, she had to tell me about all the conversations that they had in one date about aliens. And it was interesting because he talked about the dimensions. He talked about, she was floored, right? Because this is a guy who you would never think anything like that, right? Works for the Air Force. Or he was in the Air Force, I'm not sure. And just about, he knew about the dimensions and how we're in sixth dimension, we're moving much faster because there's no time. It's no linear time. It's all just us. That's why we have deja vu. Spirit finally admitted months ago that I'm having so much deja vu, it's ridiculous. I mean, things that come on, but they're just showing me how fast that 6D is. And he talked about that. Talked about the gray aliens, and he talked about the renegades. I think I talked about that too. I'm not really sure. But there is aliens on the planet that are renegades, right? They're not controlled by anybody. Okay, they don't follow any agreements. They don't follow anything like that. And so, and some of them are on the planet now, being leaders of countries. Okay, I don't know which ones, but they don't have any rules. All right, so it's so interesting. It just blows my mind because it's everything that I had learned from this woman's husband, right? And it just reinforces my knowledge from them, right, of when things are going to happen, okay? Spirit has always said after the election, right? After we settle down from all the bad stuff that's going to happen this year. But none of us have to worry about that, right? Don't worry your head about that. No one in your family has to worry about that. If you're watching Coaching for the Soul, then you are part of the light workers, right? And no one in your family is going to get hurt, nothing like that. Trust me, you're not going to, all right? Because Spirit says you're a protected people, which is true. It's the muggles that have to worry about that, all right? And there's no muggles in your house or in your family because they're protected by you. And there's probably more than one of you in your family somewhere, somehow, okay? So as we go forward after 2024, and we're into 2025, 2026, Spirit has always said that's when there's going to be some reveals, all right? Because that's the timeline through ascension. And it's interesting because Spirit has always said that there'll be very few diseases left by 2030. They will have been cured after 2024. And that makes total sense because she was talking about the same thing, right? Things are going to change significantly. And they're going to change really, really fast. And I always wondered, well, how fast is fast? How can it be so fast? Well, she was telling me some things that I'll divulge later. How fast, because we're in quantum leap, time is going past us so quickly that the people who will discover ways of curing disease, one after another, boom, 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 boom. That's how it's going to be done by 2030. All right. So cancer, heart disease, kidney disease, anything that's going to hurt you and kill you will basically be cured. They will be working on smaller tasks. Okay. Blindness, hearing, speech impediments, things like that. And also we have to think about too, is that all the children, all the people that are ADHD, all the children that have, that are autistic, they're here early. Okay. You can look at an autistic child and our energy is too dense for them. They have good days and bad days. Good days where they can talk, they can kind of get some sense. Other days they can't because the energy is too dense on the planet. As we go closer into 4, 5, and 6 dimension, right? It's lighter energy. It's lighter everything. All right? Those children are going to be the part of the genius population of the planet. That's why most of them, they say, pass away by 30. Okay, well, guess what? They don't pass away. Okay, ADHD kids, they're just too energetic for the energy that's on the planet. But when that energy gets lighter, they fit right in because they flow. They don't need to be occupied because they're occupied in their mind. That's what it's all about. They can't keep focus on third dimensional stuff because it doesn't matter to them. It's kind of like myself and other people who went to school, right? And all I would be in biology, my spirit would say, what are we doing this for? We're never going to use it. Like, I know, but I got to take it. Then I get like a D in it, right? Or I flunk it. My mom would call the principal and say, I need him to graduate. So can you fix that for me? And thank God they were high school. They went to high school together and it worked. My mom had to do that twice. So again, them making sure that I graduate, right? Getting the hell out of here. Same thing with algebra and chemistry and all that other stuff that I had to take, which I barely passed. But I was great in my American history and world history class. I 4-pointed every single, I did that for 3 years. Boom, boom, boom. And how do you know all this stuff? I don't know. It just comes out of my mouth and I write it. That's it. See? So as we go through these type of things, there's more people that school did not work for them. Why? Because they're deeply connected to the universe. They also, as they start their process of becoming, they also will divulge as the energy gets lighter, the beings that they know that they've never spoken about. That's exactly what's going to happen. It isn't the fact that we're going to, that they're going to present themselves to us, which they might, right? But the fact that as there's more and more advocates for them as they've grown up, and they're in this position to showcase, not really to protect because they don't need a protection. But once all of the rigmarole is done, okay, the election, all of the riots and then the burning down buildings and bombs and stuff like that, because those people are going to do that, all right? They're going to do it. If they don't do it, I'll be very, very surprised. Because Spirit has told me, us, for at least 3 to 4 years, that is going to happen, okay? Could be some nuclear devices also, just for terror, all right? But once that's all calmed down, 2025 into 25, things like that, will be good. Then the rebirth happens. It's already 90% done, but we live in linear time. They do not. So for us, it seems like, oh my gosh, it is so slow happening. Well, not really, because we're on their time. The process is on their time. We're the ones who slow it down. Okay, we're the ones that slow it down. So as you go forward, and you start to connect even deeper, because you're going to, I'm telling you, watch what you wish for, because then you got to manage that. It's easy once you tell them to stop. It's easy once you tell them to calm down, right? Let me sleep, you know. They want me to go right, and I'm going to go left. Well, you got to go right. Why? And then you don't go left, or you don't go right, and you run into an accident, or you get in an accident, or whatever, okay? You'll learn as you go through that they've got your best interest at heart, and they will never steer you wrong. Never, okay? And that's when you start to trust. You really do start to trust them and understand that they're part of you. They always have been. It's just you weren't prepared yet to allow them access. And you will. Because you don't have a choice. You're here for them. They're here for us, right? Whichever way you want to put it. Super, super important, right? That as they start to come into your life, you're very, very easy to have a conversation with. Have a conversation with, okay? So that's that. I'm probably talking about more about that next week too, as I filter what I learned today. Okay. Let me see. What else? I think he's good. I don't know. Yeah, hang on. They just wiped the whiteboard clean, so I don't know what else. Yeah, I guess they're done. So we'll leave it at that. If I have to do another one of these, I'll do one because it might pop up. Yeah. So Saturday, I'm doing 30-minute readings for $85. It's $40 off. And I'm going to start doing daily reels on Instagram and Facebook. Okay. They're wanting me to do that. Because they say, this is what they've said. You have all of this knowledge that you tell to people that you're talking to, but not the people that they're not talking to. I had to sit with that, go, what do you mean not talking to? Bill, if all this great knowledge from us, and it goes to one person, or it goes in your program, so maybe it's 200 people, but if you put it on Reels, it'll go to hundreds of people. Well, that's true. And me not wanting to change anything, right? When I sit in my sewer sometimes, right? Well, during my place last week, I was like, okay, you got to do this. Because they're like, okay, dude, you got to. And that happened on Friday when everything was completely gone. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I feel really good. Haven't felt like this in a really long time. No time to do your reels, because that's what you're going to feel like as my personal readings start to dwindle. Okay, and I'm okay with that. Because there's something else I'm supposed to do. And I think when I finally make that transformation, I'll be moving, and I'll be very happy about that. So if you guys need anything, you know where to find me, okay? billhobart.com. Want to book readings, stuff like that, billhobart.com. If you want to join Elements, it is phenomenal right now, you guys. I mean, the stuff people are getting from them is absolutely amazing. Element coaching memberships, okay? You pay for a year, 15 minutes or an hour and a half, and you get your 13th month free, all right? Readings on the high end turn out to be like $52 an hour every month for 13 months. It's ridiculous to me when I think about it, but they set the prices, so we'll go at it. The lowest is 15 minutes for, $400, I think it is, for a year. Well, for 13 months. And that turned out to be like nothing. So if you guys want one-on-one with me, if you want to ask all kinds of questions and talk with me every single month, usually it goes overtime because they want to know more. They want to tell you more stuff. It's available, billhobart.com, Element Coaching Sessions. Element Coaching Memberships. That's what it is. And it automatically renews. In some of the higher priced ones, they are split in half. So you pay half the price 1 month, you get a month off, and then the next month they charge you the final payment. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good deal. There's all kinds of advantages to that, right? So you can pay it off in time. So if you like what I do, if you are interested in knowing more, element membership sessions. I can't remember. All right. I'm there. So if you guys need anything, like I said, let me know. I'm always around. Saturday, good. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Please like the video and please leave a comment. Even if it's just hi, Bill, because YouTube will use the algorithms to send this baby around the planet. That's good. So if you guys would do that for me too, it's going to take me about 10, 15 minutes to get this up on YouTube. Please, YouTube at Bill Hobart. Go in and leave a comment, please. Please, please, please. Like the video, please, please, please. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. All right? So I'm around, everybody. So if you need some help, let me know. I'm always here. See ya next Thursday. Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3. See you.